Hello and welcome to another update video about Optimism. Has really performed well since I actually took it off the chart. I think we had here an entry area around $1. We had two support boxes back here. Loyal viewers will remember that. I don't know, I can't remember why I took them off. Maybe because they became irrelevant. But just to highlight really, and that's why I sometimes leave these on the charts, because the 1-2 setups can really be the most let's say juicy setups. I myself entered at 125, took the initial investment out today, and I just will leave it running. Took the stop out as well because the risk is gone now, and I just will ride it. So let's see. But a pullback is now expected and preferred at some point. So I just want to warn you that a lot of coins get towards the end of their rallies, in my opinion. Now, that doesn't mean it has ended, and it could still go way higher. You know, altcoins sometimes can go really mad. But the point is that we are now getting to a point where a lot of people ask for possible profit-taking strategies. I mean, one very simple way to take profits is if we get to something like this, where we have really, maybe had a 2x or something, or maybe more, of an entry point. Why not take the initial investment out and just, let it run? And if it comes back, for example, in a wave 2, it can be scaled up again to trade the wave 3. So that's sort of a very simple way of doing it. In the end, there are hundreds of profit-taking strategies. By the way, I do have a profit-taking playlist here on YouTube as well. Now, we have a 1-2 setup down here that was back in December. We then rallied in a third wave and completed the third wave with this subwave count, so an extended third in yellow. So then we came down into this. This was one of our last buy areas or support areas, which where it bottomed. We then had a chance here to come down a bit lower in an ABC. It didn't do it, so the wave 4 finished here. And I believe in the last video we talked about targets here for the fifth wave based on the last low. And that took us to $3 basically, $2.99. And that target is now reached. Now, it doesn't mean it necessarily has to stop there, but certainly we have 5 waves of 5 complete, because I could 1 second, let me just double check that actually. Depending on how I count it, I could also put the wave 4 here and then had an Elliott Wave triangle. That is a bit tricky to work out now. Certainly what I can tell you is that the wave 5 has fulfilled the minimum expectations in terms of reaching target. And if I put the wave 4 here and we had maybe an Elliott Wave triangle, 1 second, that would have to be an A wave. Let me think, is there another possibility? Probably here, A wave, B wave. Okay, C, and then DE. Ideally, this was the E. Or there are different possibilities. I even could put it here, and then we had a 1-2 setup here. The 3, the 4, and the 5 of 5. So, in the end, don't get too... Oh, that's the dog in the background. Don't get too confused about the subwave counts. What we can certainly say is that we broke above the wave 3 high. We made a new high. We went into resistance, which is where we are now, and we got rejected. Now, not very strongly yet, but the first evidence that a top is in place would be a break below the previous swing low at 267. Yeah, that would be the first evidence. And then if we go lower and also break below the 190 level, then we've got an even better confirmation. And then we can look at the wave 2 pullback, which will happen at some point. Now, again, I don't have a top signal yet, not a strong one. And if that pullback happens, I need to, just thinking, where do I need to, did I get confused here? Need to start here. What a move. And pullback would get into the region between 189 and see what a massive move that would be. 189 to 117. Yeah, because of the extension, this can come down quite a bit. Ideal target you're looking for is sort of the 61.8 extension, the golden ratio. Now, saying that if we push even higher and get an extension in the fifth wave, then what very well could be the case is that this will have to be moved higher. You know, the targets will have to move higher. That is how it is. And it is also possible that this is still extending higher. Yeah. So if I have a different count and say, okay, maybe the wave 4 was here, and this was some kind of a wave 1, 2, this is the wave 3, but I don't think it was long enough for that. Oh, it was. Okay, so it could very well be this was the wave 3. We now come down in a 4th and will move up once more in a 5th of the 5th. So just to highlight that, as long as we don't have a signal in place that it's crashing, we could have something like that. Wave 1, 2, and then here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 3. This could be a 4 and then another 5 off 1. And targets for that, the next target would be 365. And this is still possible as long as it's holding the 50% fib at 256. That is sort of the micro support for that 5th wave over 5th. Yeah. Okay, and I think that's sort of where we are currently with Optimism. I won't put that support area on the chart because we don't have a confirmed top in place, but I will update you accordingly. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.